Okay.
So I don't think it includes the water permits, the NPDES, but I'll definitely get a specific answer for you to make sure.
And I think definitely this definition,
Yeah.
for a number of facilities that they'll turn around and use some of the waste for the sludge. They'll take the sludge and heat it up, then it becomes the biogas carbon. And so they go ahead and use it, and assuming that's under pass. But the strange thing, in some aspect, they'll take that residue, identify it, and mix it with iron dioxide, and at that point it becomes a fertilizer that they'll sell. So they're at one point getting money and generating off of that, then the other side not paying or avoiding penalties. So you get the best of both worlds.
I want to piggyback on what you said. In Georgia, there virtually are no regulations for burning animal waste or human waste. And what the plant wanted to do in our situation was they wanted to take human sludge from our wastewater treatment plant and burn it. And our city fathers were saying this is a great idea because we have to pay so much money to landfill it, but they were also treating it to an extent that it could be used as fertilizer on pecan fields, not on vegetables or things that people would eat directly. And so we had to go in and show them. I mean, it was astounding to me that the people who were promoting this plant would come in and say, we meet all of the permits. And then we had to go in and show them that there virtually are no permits for this kind of thing. It's almost untested, and we didn't want to be the testing ground to see how this would do. And once you take that and put it into, vaporize it basically, you use a tremendous amount of water, and Georgia's been in drought situations for 10 years now. Use a tremendous amount of water, and the heavy metals, the drugs, lots of the nasty chemicals in that waste go into the atmosphere, and then it falls just like mercury, and then we all have to deal with that. And so these are all educated professional people that we were dealing with, and we would go in and I would literally be astounded that they had not thought of any of this, and that what the industry person came and told them, they just bought that hook, line, and sinker and went home at the end of the day with it.
So we just have to,
I wanted to speak to the gentleman that asked about the nuclear plant that was being considered. Sometimes in a fight you have to use agitational propaganda to get your word across, and just thinking of if they want to build the plant in your neighborhood, just some agitational, like, okay, we take the plant and you recycle the waste and put the waste over in the other neighborhood, and see when the NIMBYs come out. You know, they want it, but not in their backyard. So why can't we split the risk? And then they don't want any risk at all. It's just thinking of things when you are going out into public to cause the public at large to really think about what it is they're asking for. Because when they advertise it, they advertise these things as something clean, something new that's going to give you more energy at a less cost, and try to tell you that it's saving the environment. But one of the things is whatever they produce, or however they produce it, no matter what it is, there is going to be a waste product from that. So just a little agitational, you can think of others, but something that makes them think as well as your community think as well as how to fight back.
And to reply, if I may, this nuclear uranium site is already in a predominant white community. Everything will be in the white predominant community. So it's not a black-white issue, I don't think. But the real point is, and I honestly believe this, that based on the government and whatever, it's going to happen unless some powerful group come in and stop it. What action can we, or what things should we be putting in place to safeguard our community once it does take place?
Again, starting from regardless of whose community is in, it's a bad thing. Secondly, whatever it is that you do for the least oppressed will help everyone. So when you're thinking about that, your whole point is not to have it built or even to shut it down. So what counter-hegemonic things can you put out there that makes the people realize this is a bad thing overall. It should not be in anyone's neighborhood. So regardless of whether it's the rich or the poor, the black or the white, this is something that is totally detrimental to the planet. And it has to be exposed that way. And that's what I'm saying. Whatever it is to flip the script, or flip the thinking of what are we thinking about when we're doing this? How much catastrophe does it happen? Or even things just simple, or not simple, but things such as, okay, we have this plan. So what do we do? This is just things that you put out there. What do we do if there is whatever a natural disaster that you have in your city? I mean, here in LA, it's an earthquake. So, okay, so we have this plan and it's here. So how do we get the people out if an earthquake happens? Things that cause people to think about, is this the right thing to do in the first place?
And those portions are being proposed,
I'm sorry, what was
those
it?
portions are being proposed to the governing body of the state of Virginia.
But it's, and the other thing in grassroots, as with the bus ride, massify, it's a continuous flooding your community for information on this. It's not a one-time thing. It's something that you have to do continuously. We have organizers out on the bus every day. I am out on the bus 2 times a week, massifying your message, getting it across what it is that is happening, how it is negatively affecting your community.
Okay.